you did not delete any of your WhatsApp messages, is that right?
I did not delete any of the WhatsApp messages with cabinet secretaries, with special advisors and with a private office until January 2022, after all of the major COVID decisions were taken, which was the point at which a member of my private office, I think you have the reference, the relevant message, which the message deletion policy was given to me, and that was the point at which, the first point at which I knew there was any policy governing messages.
But given that you were able to provide messages to us subsequently, those messages must still have existed in some form.
Yes, that's right. I did not retrospectively delete anything.
Yes. So you started deleting the messages that were sent after January 2022, but you didn't delete any of them that you held that had been sent before that period?
Precisely, yeah. Okay.
Obviously, that coincides roughly with the period in which we're interested, which goes up to April 2022. So the ones that you've provided are all from before January 2022.
Yes, and I should say that I only shared that in the spirit of being completely open, but I should also state that that only applied to that particular individual in private office and not generally to the rest of government.
I understand. So do I take it from what you've said that you became aware of a policy in around January 2022 which required the deletion of messages?
In January 2022, a junior member of my private office stated that it was now required government policy for messages with private office to be deleted going forward, to which I acquiesced because I believed it was an instruction, and that only applied to that particular individual, a junior member of private office. Yes. And I don't recall it applying to anybody else in and around the cabinet or government.
So as far as you're...
Well, I think whenever there was a decision to be made, for example, introducing new non-pharmaceutical interventions or discussing a circuit breaker or lockdown, Cabinet would meet and I would, of course, contribute some of the points around the finance. The Health Secretary would contribute in terms of the health factor. We would discuss that. There would be a very frank conversation. But you will often see in Cabinet papers that there was an agreement that Cabinet would delegate to the First Minister for final agreement or final sign-off, or where there was a very tight decision being made, for example, whether a particular local authority area should go into level 3 or stay in level 2, often those decisions would be delegated to the First Minister. I wouldn't agree that that would be a fair characterisation of how things operated. I would suggest that Cabinet had a key role in terms of making the decisions. The example that I gave earlier is probably a good example of the nature of a decision, where Cabinet might have agreed, for example, that some local authorities should move up or down a level, but that there was a few local authorities where it was very, very tight and finely balanced. That's an example where it would be delegated to the First Minister.
Neither the SCORE nor the Gold group meetings are minuted, is that correct? Well,
that surprises me, and this would be the first of me hearing it.
Right.